fashion icon, someone I am so thrilled to have here, that we feel so lucky that we can't fucking believe she's here in the first place. And since she is, let's give her a huge warm round of applause for Melanie Singh. Come on, everybody. Several pints of Guinness sent back for you tonight. What's that all about?
Do I look like a lesbian drinking pints of Guinness? Oh, do I just look like a lesbian?
Well, since you brought it up, you did say at one point, there were rumors, blah, blah, blah. There are about everybody, but then you did say...
There are no rumors about you, Scott. No one thinks you're a lesbian.
But you did say at one point, what? Because I'm muscular in shape, have a butch haircut, and I work out, I'm a lesbian? Well, but I mean, who gives it? Does anybody really mind?
This is what I used to get to. It's no one's fucking business, apart from the people you want to lay, right?
Yeah, exactly. The thing about what you do, though, is your performance style, and it just appeals to everyone. So, are you worried about if you were, not that you are, but if the rumors are true and you were gay, do you think that would close off a certain amount of your audience? Or would people? No.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I think, thankfully, I think we now live in a world where that really doesn't matter in most places.
Yeah.
And I think that's changed quite dramatically since I've been alive, really, the last 35 years.
Right. Yes. But you court controversy though by being sporty and by being your own woman. What I mean is you produce your own albums now, you have your own production company. Were you always an ambitious person, or did your ambition grow with your fame? Did you start out, because you studied formally in school, dance and singing and music, right?
I did.
And your family must have been terrified, right?
Yeah, my dad was.
Yeah, because he thought, what's she going to do with this?
Yeah.
And
then, proper job.
How does he feel now about what you do?
He's quite pleased.
Right. But were you always thinking, someday I'm going to own my own production company, I'm going to be world-renowned? Or did your ambition about your own life grow as you became more of a household name?
I think it grew with knowledge and change, because I've always been incredibly ambitious. I've always wanted to work in music, I've always wanted to be a pop star. But then, I learned a lot about the business, and the business changed when I was in it, and then really, people around me educated me about different ways of doing things, and then that's how the record label was born.
But the Spice Girls, originally called Touch, is that right?
Nice.
What happened to...
that was such a shit name.
What happened to your original fifth member, Leanne? Was that her name?
Well, it's... These guys are well versed. There was actually... the original audition was for a girl band.
Right.
And the original lineup didn't include me or Emma.
Right.
And there was a Welsh girl in my place. I don't know her name, I never met her. And anyway, then I came into the... You got
her name is
there?
Leanne Morgan.
Okay, there you go, there's Leanne Morgan.
She's here tonight. She like a microphone and that blouse. No, she... I assume you killed her. No, what happened to her? Where is she? You know her name. You probably know where she is.
Well, I think she's still a singer.
Right.
But this cruel, horrible world that we live in, some guys were auditioning young girls to be in a band, and they had this lineup, and one of the girls looked too old, so she got left, and then I was.
And it wasn't Jerry. I bought every song she's ever recorded, and you too, but I mean, she's great, but she's a bit mumsy-ish compared to the rest of you, isn't she? And I don't mean that in a negative way, and I'm not the first fucking person who said so fuck off. But what I'm saying is that each of you filled a certain category in the band, didn't you? Right? And so maybe some of you were meant to appeal to a much younger crowd, and some to a slightly more mature audience. Which is the brilliance of the band, right?
Yeah.
Because it did appeal to a wide range.
Yeah, I mean, that was what people always say, why were the Spice Girls so successful? And, there are lots of different reasons. A lot of it is fate.
The first album shot in everyone.
Yeah, it was fate and timing and all those things. But I think we were so unique because we were different, and we embraced that and the individuality. And, you know, bands aren't really doing that, you know, pop bands, girl bands, boy bands, they're not really doing that at the moment. They've kind of gone backwards and they're all looking the same and it's all about uber glam now and you know, it's very sexual and, you know, we used to be accused of being, you know, too sexual for young kids. I mean, now, these pops are like humping the floor all the time. It's insane.
And I have no problem with that either, if that's what people want to watch.
That's fine.
But it's true, I mean, when you first started, the previous girl band would have been, what, Bananarama? And that would have been 20 years before when you started,
Yeah,
right?
well, there was Bananarama and around the same time, just before we came out, was Eternal.
Who? Yeah, anyway, so, right. Okay, right.
Yeah, so that was kind of it, really,
Right.
I suppose. Shampoo.
Right. No, you could, right. You could use a little bit. But that's all I was thinking. The thing is, your band had 3 huge albums, the Spice Girls, and then, right? What the hell? I mean, your film was huge.
Yeah.
And then you had broken through to America effortlessly because so many bands had tried that and had not been successful.
Yeah.
You guys did without even, like, yeah, okay, we're huge in America too. And then you just, why?
Yeah,
What happened?
it was really, really surreal because we were all really ambitious and we were all very focused and we shared the same vision. And we just, you know, we
and all
went for
very
it.
distinct too in your own ambition and the way you were approaching your careers. I mean, Emma, Baby Spice was very, very different from Posh, right? And we all felt like we knew you in a weird way, even though we didn't. Like, at first we didn't even know your first names. It was very strange. But beautifully produced and presented the way
Yeah,
it was done.
it was, you know, it's weird as well because I'm sure there were lots of people who'd like to take credit for the Spice Girls' success. And, you know, a lot of people deserve credit for helping it become successful. But really, you know, it was just meant to be, you know. Us girls fumbled our way, ooh, that sounds rude, to being together as a 5-piece. We had this great chemistry and this energy and, you know, and we, you know, I believe we were wonderful. We had great songs. You know, we collaborated with great people. You know, we had great management, great record label at the time. And
But then why only 3 records? Why did you break so early?
because something like that, it's so intense and you're under an extreme amount of pressure, your lives change, you're under scrutiny constantly.
Posh is mean.
You know,
There's that too, Posh.
Posh isn't mean.
She presents herself in such a shut-down way.
You are so wrong. You know, within the structure of the band, Victoria is not me.
But how come she appears so, not when you're performing with her, then she's lovely when she's on stage with you but when she's on
It's
her
a
own.
Protection.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does she need
Don't
to
you
protect-
think?
Well, what's she protecting herself?
Oh, you know, she feels more comfortable presenting herself like that. I think maybe she'd feel more vulnerable if she was, you know, if she was smiling and.
Yeah, I guess, but,
You know,
but people
that's
already
her, that's
were.
who she is, that's
We
who
were
she
talking
becomes.
backstage, so the press has been comparatively, compared to the people, other guests like Barrymore that we've had, whom you know, you've worked with, cinematically. The press
I
has
love
been...
that cinematically.
No, I want you to have
Yeah, my box office hit, my movie career, my very short-lived movie career.
Well, you know, less is more in some ways, but when where that's concerned, I mean, she's already adored. The press already adores all of you, so you'd expect her to let it down. Although maybe again, that's her distinct way of presenting herself, whereas yours is completely opposite, isn't it? You're completely taking a
Yeah,
low.
I think so. It's funny because, you know, I've always gotten really well with Victoria. But yeah, you're right, we do present ourselves in probably extreme opposites.
And is that part of the reason why you needed to sort of separate, because you're all going in such different directions?
We were just all fucked, basically. Not literally, unfortunately, for some of us.
Although she is by
yeah, well, hey, you know.
statue, she
Some
bangs
girls have
it.
all the luck, right?
Yeah.
But no, you know, we were exhausted, we were just, you know, we all dealt with it in different ways, but I think, you know, some of the girls would admit that, you know, we all, you know, have breakdowns of sorts.
But you were keen maybe to get on your own too, weren't you, as a performer?
Yeah, I mean, for me, a lot of the frustration was with the performance side, and you know, some of the girls sometimes didn't take things as seriously as I take things. I don't want to come across like I take myself really seriously, but you know, I'm
But you have
professional.
had 4 number 1 singles
Yeah,
as a
no.
solo performer, so there's that.
It's only 2, but we'll pretend.
All right. 4 in my house.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah, you know, so for me, is you know, there's some big Spice Girls fans here, I know, and if you saw the last documentary of the last reunion tour, there's a really funny moment where we're rehearsing vocals, and I like have a go at the girls, and that was what it was like, because they fuck around all the time, and I want to do my vocal warm-up, I want to sound good, okay, you guys want to look good, I want to fucking sound good, so...
But also,
I must add...
No, I know, but also...
I must add that I love them all dearly.
Yes, of course. I can totally hear that in your voice.
But also, it has to be said, it has to be said, you have the best voice.
Of course, we all know
You have the
that.
best voice.
Well, my stock answer to that is, it's not hard.
More of that, please. And you're also a serious actress, because you did Blood Brothers for quite a while. You got nominated for an Oscar.
Thank you. It makes me giggle because, you know, I hadn't acted. We can't really call Spice World acting, you know, that was just... Well, it was fun. But, no, I hadn't acted since school.
All right.
Or, you know, college. So to go into a professional production was really fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
With, you know, amazing actors, which actually made it a lot easier for me. And they were really, really lovely people as well. So yeah, that was amazing. I'm actually really proud of myself for
You're going to do it
doing
again, though, aren't you? Liverpool, aren't you going to go to run it?
Yeah, and I'm in Liverpool from the 8th to the 20th of November.
Oh, right.
And it's the homecoming of the show, because if anybody doesn't know Blood Brothers, it's written by Willie Russell, who's a great Liverpool playwright, and it's set in the city, so it's the homecoming, it's a big deal, so
Right.
I've got to be good.
You're an Olivier nominated actress. I'm sure you'd be great. Although at the Olivier, the award ceremony, you did wear something. You had black fingernail polish on.
Do you know this? It's my lucky minx.
Really?
It's called minx, this stuff, and they heat it up with a hairdryer and it sticks on your nail.
It looked black in the photographs, and you have such beautiful hands. And I'm like, why did she wear a chiffon gown? She's a leading actress nominated and stuff. But you went in something, an outfit similar to this one, actually.
She's sporty.
Right.
She's sporty.
Scott, it's fashion.
He tells me that all the time. I know. But I don't know. I think you're so pretty. I want to see you in a lovely Chanel dress.
I did have a lovely fucking dress on.
All right.
I wore Victoria
All right.
Beckham dresses. I had 2 dresses, and I've never felt as glamorous as I felt that night. I
Right.
felt $1 million.
Right.
I probably would have cost it if I'd have bought it.
Right. Yeah. What I like about you too is that, like, when you were with child, you were working until like the last day, right?
Yeah.
There's a photo of you online where you look really great.
Yeah.
You're on stage with the mic. I'm like, girl, lay down, right?
Yeah, I really slowed down, but there were some certain things that came up that I just wanted to do.
And you were the last Spice Girl to conceive.
Yeah,
Yeah. And how about your daughter? Do you want her to be famous? And
No,
rock star?
I don't know. It's you know what? Whatever she wants, she's fucking incredible, and whatever makes her happy.
Is Scarlett, is she at home right now with her daddy?
No, Daddy's here.
Tell us something about him. Where did you meet?
We met in Barbados.
Right. And what was he doing at the time?
He was on holiday. We were both on holiday.
Right. And he's a property developer, is that correct?
Yeah, kind of.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And
Enough about him.
yeah, okay, yeah. And you're not formally married. You just you're sitting. You're living in sin.
We're living in sin.
Right. And how's your family about that? How's mom and dad about that? Would they
Yeah,
agree?
they're cool. My parents divorced when I was very young, so
All right.
you know, marriage is a weird one for me.
Yeah. Why is that? Because no role model.
Yeah, well, you know, it's weird because both my parents are remarried and have long, very happy relationships. But I suppose I was just scarred very early on.
Right.
So it just doesn't appeal to me.
Was there a lot of fighting at home when you were little by your parents?
I do remember I was like 2 years old,
Oh,
so
right, yeah.
I was very young.